Okay, so that is the use of SonarQube server and scanner. So scanner is the one actually scans the code. And as per that sonar-scanner.properties file, whatever the URL you have given there, so to that URL, after scanning, our SonarQube scanner is going to upload the report there. And there we have a compute engine which will divide this into categories, and web server which will give a web support for us. Now here we have blockers. So this is very much important. What type of bugs it is, what type of issues it is going to find? Bugs, vulnerabilities, code smells. Okay, like security hotspot, these the kind of things. And this under severity, whatever we have, right? We have right blockers, critical, major. These should be always 0. Under severity, we have 5 categories. Minor, info. Okay, you can have minor issues on info, but the blockers, critical, major, this always should be 0. If you have any blocker, if you have any critical or major issues, right? So that means the report is not clear. The report is not clear. So what you have to do, you have to inform the developers. The developers will make sure that these are 0. So in your DevOps automation itself, if any of these are not 0, you can break the DevOps flow. You will not continue with the deployment. You can do like that, or else you can continue with the deployment. Then you can inform your developers, hey, there is no zeros, so you go and fix it. Like that also you have to tell, right? Okay, fine. It is up to you, either in dev environment, QA environment, either dev or QA, or else for production, for all the environments. It is up to you. Anywhere you can enable your code quality analysis. For example, I have 4 jobs. Dev job in Jenkins, I have created 4 jobs: dev, QA, pre-prod, production jobs. Now, in my Jenkins jobs, wherever I write this sonar: there it is going to analyze the code quality. I'll keep this in the dev job. Okay, it will analyze there. If you keep it in QA, it will analyze there. If you keep for all 4, everywhere it will analyze the code quality, right? So it is up to you in your requirements. In general, we'll keep it for dev or QA. For production, anyways, that is as it is already analyzed it there, you can keep it in for production also, no problem. But we'll check it thoroughly with the dev and QA itself, there itself, because from dev branch we'll merge to QA to pre-prod to main master branch or production branch will migrate, right? Merge, right? So anyways, the merging means what? Already which has been analyzed, code quality analyzed, right? That only will merge it to the next branch. So it is up to you, as per your organization and your decisions, you can enable this code quality analysis, whatever the jobs or branches, whatever, wherever you need. Okay. So for example, if you analyze it, if you keep it for dev branch, so you will check that, or else QA branch, both QA and dev, we are going to keep this sonar code quality analysis, that sonar in the job goal in the Jenkins, whatever we give, right there. If you give that sonar, so dev also it will check, QA also cross check, right? If there are any things, developers will fix that. Then we can move the same to pre-prod and production. Okay. So even if you have pre-prod and production, no problem. Why? Because you already fixed the issues in the dev and QA itself, so you'll not get that. Okay, blockers, critical, major, these should be always 0. For example, even if there is a blocker or something, right, it will give solution also. For example, there is one minor issue, right? If you want to fix it, you can fix it, or else ignore it, no problem. But if it is a blocker or something, it should be always how many blockers, 2 blockers, how many critical, 2, like that it will show here. So this should be always 0. If there is any 1 or 2 things, you have to let the developers know and they will fix it. Now, if there is a minor issue, I want to fix it. What is that minor issue? It'll go here, it will show here. See, under one file, under index.jsp, it is going to scan the HTML files also, right? It is going to tell it here. So under line number 94, line number 24, it is saying replace this b tag by strong. Means there is one b tag. These are elements like HTML elements, right? We call tags in HTML, right? So it is saying instead of B, use it as strong. Instead of B means bold. Instead of bold, you use it as strong. Like that it is saying. Okay. So it is itself suggesting it here. If you scroll down, right? If you scroll down, okay, it will give for Java, it will give the help also. Now let me go back, or else you can see there is one more thing. All B tags only. So there is one more issue, right? There is one more issue. It is also saying similar. B tag is there. Instead of that, you replace it with strong. Like that it is saying. So I'm not going to change it. Let me keep it as it is. Okay. Like that it is going to help you. Next, if it is a blocker, for example, let me go to my code. Let me change it in the code directly. Where is that? Here. Okay, cd src main java com. Let me change in the GitHub directly and pull the latest changes. Here I can't change it. src main. Here I'll go sample controller.java. For example, what I'll do is I'll add few comments here, unnecessarily comments, right? I'll add it some comment here. You know comments right here in Java. Sorry. Testing comment. Okay, testing comment. I'm writing like this. One more thing is I'll just write something called like this. This is the function. Request mapping string address. This is the function. Here I'll write something like this. Int a equal to 20. I'm writing one variable that I'm not, but I'm not going to use it. So let me commit the changes. Okay, now we'll go here. Now, as I change the changes, will it automatically apply the changes? Or do I need to rescan those? You need to rescan those because let me pull the latest changes here. Git pull. I have updated the changes, one file, right? I have pulled the latest changes. Now, as the one Java file is modified, if I go to my SonarQube scanner and refresh it here, will it show the report, latest report? Will it show the latest report? Will it scan automatically? No. As the code is modified, you have to rescan it. It is SonarQube scanner, you have to rescan it once again. So your SonarQube scanner is going to scan it once again, means as the change code is modified, you have to rescan it, and then the SonarQube scanner will rescan and then upload it to the SonarQube server. So I'm going to rescan it. Rescan it. Now I'll go to this project, refresh it. Anyways, let me refresh this one. Now go. It failed this time. It has failed this time. So why it failed? Let's go and check it here. See, there is something, right? Severity, there is one severity. Okay. So what it is saying is there is one blocker. That is the reason it failed. That is the reason it failed. What is that blocker? If there is minor and info, it will not break. But if there is a blocker or critical or red color indicates danger, right? Under severity, if there is any blocker, critical, major, it will show as failed. So it failed due to one blocker. What is that blocker, right? So if these two are disabled, critical and major, because they are 0. One, it is not disabled because there is a blocker, right? So let me go here. Now, if I go here, it is saying, see, there is something. Make this public. Make this method public. It is saying something, right? So that is a reason it is failing something to show. And also it is highlighting this. It also highlighting this something like this, some test thing, and this some environmental. Oh, sorry, there is one variable that is saying, right? So make this method public. It is saying you want to make this method public. It is saying, okay. So what I'll do is I'll go and make it public. So there is a blocker. So I'm a DevOps engineer. I check the report. There is a severity. There is one blocker. So I asked developers, hey guys, there is a bug here. You go and fix it. So they came and check it here. What is the issue? They said, okay, this I want to make it public. Okay, let me go and make it public. So they went here. Go here. Public. They are going to make it. So what is this public? It is a Java code. You don't need to worry. So I'm going to commit the changes. Save the changes. Now again, I'll go and pull the changes. Git pull. Okay, pulled. I'm going to rescan it once again. Okay, now let me go to my SonarQube projects. Just refresh it. It's already refreshed. If you want to refresh, you can refresh like this again. Go here. So it is saying still failed, still failed. Let me refresh. It's failed, but let me go back once again. It has failed. It has failed. It is showing the previous status or this one. So let me get into this project. So it is saying bugs for nothing. It has, we couldn't find any results matching. Okay, still it is uploading or what? It has uploaded. Okay. Okay. Vulnerabilities I selected here. Okay. So there is nothing here. It has to show as success here. Let me, I think, why it showed the previous status or what? Let me go here. Maintenance rating code. Okay. Okay, there is major issue now. Okay, we didn't, it took some time to refresh. We were hurried, we opened it very quickly. So there is one more major issue. So now when I fix this blocker, one more issue came. So what is this? So if I get a click on this, so it is showing here, right? Remove this useless assignment of local variable A. I created one variable called as int A equal to 20, right? So it is saying this is useless variable. You are creating a variable, but you are not using it. I said, right? Unused variables, that also it will find. So it has detected there is one unused variable in A equal to 20. So you have to remove this, or else you use it somewhere. If you are not using it, you remove it. Like that is saying. So I'm going to remove this like that, right? Okay, like this, it will show the issues. So you have to go and fix them. So the main part is, right, you inside your project, you have to make sure you don't have any severity issues. Like you don't have any severity issues. Like you should have this blockers critical major 0, right? Array, it is not refreshing properly. There is one blocker it showed, right? Okay, bugs, if I select, it will show categorize. It's not showing now. Something strange here. So if I select this code smells, it is showing there is one critical issue, two major issues, right? You have to go and fix everything. If file sample control should be located in something directory, not in something, it is saying, okay, leave it. Okay, like this, there should be always blockers, critical and major issues should be always 0 for bugs, codes, smells, vulnerabilities, and all. You have to fix them. Okay, you have to fix them all. Okay, next. Next, if you have applied filters, if you select only one, it will apply the filters. If you want to clear all the filters, it will clear, and for all it will show. So there are 4 bugs inside that one, 4 bugs and 6 code smells. In that 7 are minor, but critical one is there, major 2 is there. So you have to fix that. What is that? One is that unused variable. Then instead of logs, we are using system error. That one we have to fix, and it has to be someplace it is showing that location and all. So like this, it will show categorize that severity, blocker, critical, and major. We have to fix those, right? Always they should be 0. Okay, fine. This is how we use SonarQube, how it will analyze and all. So I hope you have got some idea now. Okay, so how to configure SonarQube server, and how to configure SonarQube scanner. What is the importance of what is the work of SonarQube scanner? What is the work of SonarQube server? It is going to SonarQube server. It is going to scan the project and generate the report and give it to SonarQube server. SonarQube server is going to divide them and show it on a UI based. So, and this is the UI screen where we can log in. The default user is admin. Password is also username is admin, password is admin. Log in here and get it here. So if you want to integrate it with the SonarQube server on your projects, what you have to do? You have to get into your pom.xml. There are different ways. This is one way. You have to get into pom.xml. In that, you have to give the profiles element. In that, you have to give the SonarQube URL. So where it is going to upload the report. Okay, fine. It has uploaded. Okay, we'll discuss about security and all. We'll see later. But this is how we upload the report. Now, once we upload the report, it will show the projects. You can go and get it here. Now, if you observe here, one more thing, if we get into projects, I'm selecting this project, right? This project, whatever we have uploaded. Like this, we can use SonarQube for n number of projects. It doesn't mean SonarQube has to be uploaded. SonarQube use one SonarQube for one project. No, I'm using this. I'll use Flipkart application. Okay, it will show here. I'll use in Amazon application, pom.xml. I'll go and give that SonarQube URL and run that and that SonarQube Git source code, I'll run that mvn clean package sonar colon sonar. It will upload here also. You can keep it for n number of projects, and you can see that project. See, this is one project, this is one project. Like this, you'll have n number of projects. You can go and check that project details here. Now, if you see here, the history it will show here. The history it will show. So when the project has been analyzed, see here, I'll click on show more. It is saying you have analyzed at 842 3 times. Again, you analyze at 855. Again at 855. But for all of them, you have used uh, uh, same version, 1.0 version. It is saying quality gate. It was green, but it changed to red here. It changed to red here. Like this, it is showing. So now what I'll do is I'll go to my pom.xml here. vi pom.xml. What I'll do is at the top, I'll just change the version. I'll change the version. For example, snapshot 1.10 is there, right? I'll change it to 1.1. Right now, I'll run the goal again. It is going to rescan and upload the report. Okay, done. So now SonarQube server, as it is uploaded, SonarQube has to run its SonarQube so that search engine and all, it is going to compute engine and all, it is going to compute, categorize them, and then give it. Now I'll go here to this project. Now if you see here, it is showing the history. See, for 1.0 version, we scanned 3 times. So first time this one, if you click on this, it will show this, how many bugs and all is there. Next time this, so it was green, changed into red color. It continued here. And again, we change the version and run it on the same date. So at this time it is like this, it is going to show that history also. If you want to filter between the dates also, the report, you can filter between the dates, whatever the dates. For example, from 1 year you are using SonarQube, you just want the report of like 5 days. So if you select that period year, it will give that report here, and it will show here how many bugs are there, how many in this scan, how many bugs were there, how many codes, this and all. It is going to show you. Okay, understood, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, this we have seen projects. If you click on SonarQube, it will come here, or else if you click if you click here also, it will come here. So it is going to show the list of projects. Means I have scanned a KC web project, I have scanned a Flipkart project, Amazon project, Gmail project. Like that, it is going to show all the projects for all the project, whatever you are using SonarQube and uploaded the report, right? So scanned and uploaded the report. Those projects is going to list here under projects. If you go to issues, it will show the issues, right? How many issues are there for all the projects? What are all the issues? That overall issues it is going to show. And if you go to here, and here itself, it has categorized, right? Here, if you go to projects also, if you select a project, also for that particular project issues, it is going to show it here. Now, if you go here, issues, it is going to show all the issues. The categories are types, severity, right? We'll concentrate more on the severity and types. Of course, the severity will be shown for all these only. Bugs, vulnerabilities, code smells are there, right? For all of this, the severity will be shown here. So we have to make sure there's no blockers, no critical, no major. You have to remember these 3. Severity, blocker, critical, major. Those should be 0. And bugs, vulnerabilities, code smells, hotspot, these should be 0. But minor means it can be there, but those should be fall under minor. If there is under minor and info, no problem. But if they are fall under blocker, major, critical, we have to fix this. Means this is the issues. It has scanned, SonarQube scanner has found these issues are there. We have to fix those, right? Next, resolution. If you see here, unresolved, means there are unresolved. Total 10 are there. In that, we fixed 1, right? The public. So how many you have fixed so far? 1 we have fixed. Like this also, it is going to show. Cannot be fixed. How many cannot be fixed? It is showing that also 0. Means you can fix all, it is saying. Next, status. Opened, there are 10 opened issues, right? Fixed 1, like that, it is going to show. Now if we go under languages, it will show how many languages it supports. How many languages it scanned in our project. So it has scanned 2 as of now. Java code, it has scanned. HTML. In our project, whatever the KZMaven web project is there, right? We have only 2 languages we use there, HTML and Java. Those files only it has scanned. It is showing that. Rules, if you scan this rules, See, it has applied these rules. It has applied these rules. One rule is for HTML, one for Java. These are for Java. It has used. Okay, this is about issues, right? This is about project. This is about issues. What issues has found. Next, if you go to rules, right? These are the rules it is going to apply. As I said, SonarQube scanner is going to apply some rules, right? These are the rules it is going to apply. Means important, should not be used as keyframes. Something it is saying. This should not be used as a static context. Means this in Java code, it should not be this. Should double and double R should be used, not only and. I explained, right? Double and means and. If you use and condition, double and should be used, not single and. Like this, the difference also I said, right? So single and should not be used. It has to be double and symbol or double R equals to parameter. Like this, it has so many rules, right? These all rules it is going to apply on each and every line, and it is going to scan. There are total 2,427 rules are there. Total 2,427 rules are there. It is going to apply these 2,472 rules on each line and find out the issues. Okay, rules. Next, quality profiles. This is important. You remember this. The set of rules, right? If it is a Java language, there will be one set of rules. If it is C++, there will be C#, right? There will be set of rules. CSS, there will be some set of rules. For each language, there will be set of rules, right? The set of rules are called as Sonar way. Sonar way. For example, if I go here, Java, right? Let me search with Java. Okay, Java. Java has some set of rules, like it is going to apply 391 rules. So total for all the languages, how many rules? For all the languages, it is under, it is around 2,427 rules, right? 2,427 rules, 2,427 rules. For Java, there are 391 rules. For JavaScript, there is something 101, there is recommended way 141. Like for Drupal, there is some rules. For Python, some set of rules. It has a supported languages. Means our SonarQube scanners can scan these many languages. It supports these many languages. Scala, like this, VB.NET, HTML, 28 rules. Like that, there are some different set of rules, right? So for each rule for each language is called as Sonar way. For Flex, Sonar way, it has these many rules. For Java, that set of rules, there are 391 rules. The set of rules are called as Sonar way. This is important to remember. Sonar way. The set of rules is called as Sonar way. Okay. If you go here, compare. If you want to compare, copy, extend, you can do this. What is this? We'll see later. So there are rules for each language. There will be set of rules. That set of rules, the group of that rules is the name for that group is called as Sonar way. The default rules. If you want to add, see for Java there are 391 rules. 391 rules. The group name for that rules is Sonar way. Sonar way. If you want to increase that rules, you can increase. But remember, quality profiles. Quality profiles is nothing but the default rules given by SonarQube. The default rules given by SonarQube is called as quality profiles, and the rules means for each language. Under quality profiles, for each language we have set of rules. That rule name is called as Sonar way. If you are not satisfied with this Java 391 rules, if you want to extend this, if you want to add one more rule, you can add it. If you want to disable some rule, you can disable this. So let me go to that rules. See, I'm going to quality profiles. So for each language, there is a Sonar way, right? For each language. So I'll go for this Java and click on either this or this Sonar way, right? It is going to show it here. So in that, it is going to show in that 391, there are 113 bugs, 36 for vulnerability rules, 212 for code smells, 30 for hotspots. In the 391, 156 are inactive, means those are not applied. Those are inactive state. If you want to enable them, you can make it as active. Okay, let me click on this. So these are the active rules. These are the active rules. If you go here, 12 are there inactive. If you click on this, these are the 12 inactive. If you want, these are deactivated, right? If you want to enable them, you can enable that, or right, like that. They're saying rules in build quality cannot be deactivated. You can create a custom. Okay, you cannot do anything with that. It is saying clear filters. So again, let me go to quality profiles. So this is Sonar way. It will show that how many rules are there for each language, and then categories, how many are used for bugs, how many use are for vulnerabilities, like that it is going to show. Next, here is the Java here. If we go to 391 roles, what are the 391 roles? These are related to that Java 391 roles, total 391. If you want to see all, you can see this. Just this is for knowledge purpose. I'm saying you have to remember this. Okay. These are the rules. You don't need to be aware of these rules. Java developers will know about this. You don't know what is this, what is check for null, what is this, you don't know what is override, not null. You will never know about this, yeah, because you are not a developer. Okay. Next, quality gates. There is something called as quality gates. I'll discuss this quality gates and administration in separate class. But for now, I'll discuss these two. For now, let me go to the document. Did I miss anything else? I want to check it. So I explained about SonarQube introduction, architecture I explained. Next, how to install it on, configure it on Windows I explained. Okay. How to use external database. I'll show in a separate class, but I said where it has to be changed. Sonar.properties and your SonarQube server, right? SonarQubes under that conf directory, there is something called as sonar.properties. There you have to give the DB details, and based on the type of the details, you have to give the schema. That URL you have to change. And the default port number of your SonarQube will be here. I have given wrong thing. I'll update the document and share it. I by mistake, I think and no student complained me about this. I think they are not following the document. Somehow I missed this, the path and file name. I'll change it. Okay. Now, if you want to use SonarQube for Maven style of projects, you have to use like this. In the pom.xml, you have to use like this. But if it is AND type of project, you don't have pom.xml, right? You don't have plugin support. Then what you have to do is you have to create one file. You have to create one file called sonar-project.properties and give the details here. Project key name, right? Project name, version, right? Which files you have to scan that, which are under SRC. If you have any multi models, like which models you have to scan, like that, you have to give the details. But we are not going to concentrate on this. Okay. So I have explained. And if you want to check the SonarQube scanner status version, right? There is one command, sonar-scanner -version or -v. If you type that, it will show that sonar scanner version, whatever you have. Right? What is SonarQube server? What is scanner? I have explained. The external database I'll explain, show you later. I'll update this document. A few details has to be updated. I didn't notice that there was something wrong. Just yesterday only I came to know that. I'll check that and tell you. Next, so how to integrate with the Maven projects and how to use this. And what is this? We are giving, right? MVN sonar : sonar, MVN clean package sonar : sonar we are giving, right? So that first sonar indicates plugin name. Second indicates that goal name. For example, if I go to my pom.xml, inside the pom.xml, right, here we have a plugin. Here we have a plugin, sonar plugin we are using, right? So that first one indicates the plugin name. Second one indicates sonar : sonar giving, right? First one indicates plugin name. Second one indicates the goal name, what we want to achieve. That goal name it is going to indicate. So you remember this also important. Sonar : sonar we are giving, right? So first sonar indicates plugin name. Second one indicates goal. Okay. Now one more thing, the most important thing I forgot to tell you. Let me quickly tell before I forget. See, SonarQube, as I said clearly at the starting, code quality analysis tool, right? So I can run just like this, MVN sonar : sonar. I no need to give MVN clean package. That clean package I no need to give. Means to check the code quality analysis. Means if your sonar scanner has to scan the code, right? To check the code quality, it has to scan, right? While scanning, you no need to compile it. You no need to generate an artifact. You can run like this also. MVN sonar : sonar. That is also enough. That is also enough, right? SonarQube, it is a static code quality analysis tool. It is going to scan your Java code, .java files, not .class files. It is going to scan your .java files, not .class files. So you don't need to compile it. You don't need to generate an artifact. So without those also, you can scan your project. So based on your importance, you can scan it. Either you want to generate the artifact and scan it, or else without generating the artifact and without compiling, you want to generate the you want to analyze it, you can use it. Understood, guys? So MVN clean package, if you give it, what will happen? MVN clean package, if you give it, what will happen? Validate. Before package, what we have? Validate, compile, test, package we have, right? So if I don't want to validate, I don't want to validate, I don't want to compile, I don't want to test, I don't want to generate the artifact, directly I want to scan. Okay, no problem, you can give it. But if you give like this, MVN clean package, okay, it is going to clean first, then generate the artifact, then it is going to run the sonar, means then it is going to scan your project. I don't want to do that, I just want to scan it. You can do it. So this is very much important. Even while integrating with Jenkins also, I'll discuss this. If you want to run your SonarQube first, see the automate deployment will be like this. In the Jenkins job, the steps are like this. Take the code from GitHub branch, then run SonarQube, then run Maven, right? Maven will generate the artifact, take a backup in Nexus, then deploy into Tomcat, right? First, it will be like this. Take first step, take code from Git, then run SonarQube, run Maven, then 4, take backup in Nexus, 5, deploy to Tomcat, right? Now, without doing these 4 steps, can I directly deploy into Tomcat? No, these are optional. Taking backup into Nexus is optional. Running SonarQube is optional, right? I don't want to take in backup Nexus. I can ignore this. I don't want to code quality analysis. I don't want that code quality analysis. You can ignore this. That is one important point. Next is either to run SonarQube first or Maven first. It is up to you. If you run like this, MVN clean package sonar : sonar. So Maven will get execute first. In this case, Maven will execute first. Means this will become as a second step and this will execute as a third step. I don't want that. I want to first execute SonarQube. What you have to do is MVN sonar : sonar. Then I want to scan it. MVN clean package. Like this you have to run. So first SonarQube scanner will be run, then package will be run. Understood, guys? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, like this you can handle. So always we have to keep SonarQube first, then Maven second, or else you can keep like this only, MVN clean package sonar : sonar. So Maven will get execute first, then SonarQube scanning will get executed. Okay. Okay, fine. So why we have to do like this? Because, for example, I want to break the build when SonarQube build fails. Means SonarQube scanning, if there is a bug or critical major issues, I want to terminate the job. So in that case, if we execute like this, MVN clean package sonar : sonar, this like this. So in this case, what will happen? First, artifact will be generated, right? Then SonarQube scanning is going to generate. The SonarQube scanning is going to happen. There you find a bug. Now you have to break it. As you have to break it here, unnecessarily you have generated the package here. Unnecessarily, extra time it took. For example, it took 1 minute to generate the artifact. Okay, it generated the artifact. Then I have scanned using Sonar Scanner. There is a bug. I have to break the build. I should not continue with the next steps. Unnecessarily you generated it. But if you do like this, first itself you'll come to know the quality has failed. You don't need to generate the artifact. Means 1 minute you saved it. Means the performance is increased for your job. Understood, guys? So if you want to divide like this, you can divide it like this. Understood?
Sir.
Okay. So this is how we run the Sonar. I'll integrate it with this Jenkins and tell you in tomorrow's class. Okay. But for now, I'll show you how to integrate the SonarQube with the Jenkins in next class. So now let me explain about admin first, then we'll discuss about quality gates. So let me go to administration part. Tomorrow I'll discuss about project integration with the Jenkins and SonarQube. Means I'm going to integrate SonarQube and my Maven project with the Jenkins. And I'll explain about the normal project and style of project also. If you don't use Maven, how to deal with that also, I'll explain you. We'll deal with the different plugins and all. We'll see tomorrow, right? That integration part and gateways we'll discuss tomorrow. We'll end up SonarQube tomorrow. But for now, let me explain about this administration part. See, if I go to administration, how many users are there in this SonarQube as of now? Only one user, admin user, who has complete access. Now I checked the report. For example, I manually checked the report. There is it is failed. There is a bug here. There is a bug here. I have to complain to my developers. All right, developers will ask, hey, I want to see what is the report, what is the bug. So I cannot give my credentials for them to go and check it here, So what should I do? Right? I want to give them access, not admin access, read-only access I want to give them. They just has to check the report. So what you can do is you can go to this administration, go to security, you can create users. For example, I'm creating a user. For example, let me create a user called as Chaitanya. Right, this is login username, this is display username, email at chaitanya@gmail.com. okay, some password for him. If you want to integrate this with the SCM, means if those who has GitHub account, if you add that GitHub account here, means that GitHub account details here, means they no need to have separate username and password in this SonarQube. Directly that GitHub username and password is there, right? With that itself they can log in, but I'm not going to use that. So for now I'm giving this. If you want to integrate with SCM, you can use this. So they can use that same SCM username and password to log in. The login and email are automatically considered as SCM accounts, means whatever GitHub account username and password, with that itself it will be considered to log in. I created a user called Chaitanya, but I have not given him any permissions. Right? I created a user. If you see administration user, so that user is part of two groups: Sonar administration, Sonar users. Okay, by default, this user is part of two groups. Now I created Chaitanya user. By default, he's part of Sonar users. Let me take other browser and try to log in as a Chaitanya user. So I'll take this browser. 9,000. I'm hitting. I'll try to log in as Chaitanya user. See, he's an anonymous user. He's able to see the projects. But he's not seeing that administration option. He can go to this bugs, right? He can reset the filters. He can read everything. As an anonymous user, but he's not able to delete anything, right? He is not seeing that rules. Administration he is not seeing, but everything is saying. Only read access. Let me try to log in. Okay, I logged in as a Chaitanya user. See, still I'm not able to see that administration access, but I'm seeing everything. Same like anonymous user, but I logged in, but I'm not able to see that administration access. I want to go to this project, do some actions, right? Okay, see, I'm not getting everything here. Okay, it is showing this master also, means for this project you have used master branch. It is showing this is Git symbol. It indicates this Git. Okay, now I'm logged in as a Chaitanya user, but I'm not seeing administration. Okay, so now let me